Hi Tessa.
Hi.
So what can you tell us about Valkyrie and this new chapter in the story of Thor?
She is now king of New Asgard, and in some ways it's kind of what she's always been doing, which is protecting her people, but now in a new way. She's a little tired of the bureaucracy, even though she loves her people. She's itching for a little adventure, and thankfully she gets it in this film.
And how was working with Taika? And also I was working with Michael as a director in Creed.
Oh, it was great. Very different. I love working with Taika. He's a lunatic, and Michael is very fantastic, and so I like. It feels like Michael and I have kind of grown up together. Like it sort of, both of us don't have kids, but it feels like the Creed movies are our children, and so it's really a pleasure to get to reunite with both of them in very different ways, obviously. I don't know. I can't answer that question. You have to. I don't know. The only thing I can say is that I really love playing the character, and so I bring a lot of love to it because I love her, and I want to do justice as much as I can to the comics and to the world of the character that we've also created in the MCU. It's great. I mean, Taika's become such a really close friend of mine, and I think we have sort of, all of us have developed a really, I don't know, like a comfortable dynamic. And this time around, I think you saw Taika on the red carpet with his little girls. Everyone had their kids on set this time. So it really did feel like a family affair. And also, I think, really and truly, we're trying to make them proud. We're trying to like just look cool for all the kids. So I think that added an interesting dynamic to our performances. Natalie and I know, not competitive. We were just like, hey. Chris, I've learned, was competing with me over ice baths. We were doing ice baths for recovery, and he was really clocking the amount of time that I was spending in the ice bath. I was not competing with him, I was competing with myself. But it turns out that in competing with myself, I beat him by a minute. So that's a good reminder that you are your only competition that you should concentrate on. Because I don't think even Valkyrie would want to, but I feel so excited to get to play this character. One of my favorite things about the comic books in general, and especially what Stan Lee created, was a world in which we can look at the things that make us different, the things that we might be embarrassed or ashamed of, and those are our superpowers. And even the things that hurt us, our trauma, sometimes that unchecked becomes the reason why we can't do good in the world. And I love that idea, and I really love that Valkyrie is a superhero who is imperfect, but she has a really big heart and she's trying, and I don't know, if fans can relate to that, never mind all her particulars, I think it's important for us to have queer representation, for women of color to be able to look at screens and see themselves, but just who she is, which I think is the thing we should be really connected to, is our humanity, not our particulars. I love her. I mean, that's a complicated thing to ask an American currently, but I would undo some things that the Supreme Court recently did. I would translate a lot of what's been a cultural conversation, both around the rights of LGBTQIA folks, of Black Americans, and certainly women. I would translate some of those cultural conversations about a need for safety, parity, and equity into policy.